Hi everybody, it's Randall Souls. In this video I'm going to show you how to plan your next remodeling project. And that'll be made up of two parts. The first part will be choosing a contractor and a designer. And the second part will be made up of shots of befores and after of floor plans and how space was modified to suit the owner's criteria. We'll take an overall look at your project, talk about budget, and the points you should go over when you choose a designer. When you first talk to a contractor, they are going to ask you what your budget is. Now, no one likes to tell anyone how much they have to spend on a project. And you need to come to grips with this because at some point in the negotiation, budget and money is going to come to the forefront. In fact, it will be one of the most deciding factors in choosing a contractor. Be aware that every project has a finite cost, and there is no way around that. If you're getting a large variation in price, there's probably a good reason for it. Could be one of two reasons. One is the contractor left something out of the estimate. Or two, possibly they're going to charge you for a lot of change orders during the project to make up for their low price. Either one of those is a bad situation. And if you hire a contractor and they start giving you a lot of change orders because of poor planning or poor estimating, it's very hard to back out of a contract. So make sure you research your contractor carefully before you make your choice. Without exception, you can be sure of one thing: you will get what you pay for. Interest rates right now are almost at an all-time low. This is a great time to remodel. Material prices are good, but they will go up as the economy starts to heat up, or if a storm has come through the nation, you can count on material prices going up. There are several factors to consider as you research doing a remodeling project. The first one, of course, is how badly do you want it? You possibly have waited a long time for building this new kitchen or an addition or a master suite. Another factor to consider is how much longer are you going to live at this location. If you're only going to be there for 1 or 2 more years, possibly you have a company that relocates you, then it's not a good idea to spend too much on your home. If you are going to be there from 2 to 5 more years, there's a good chance that you'll get a good return on your investment. Certain types of projects have better returns. Kitchens and baths are very good. And if you're interested in finding out what your return on investment is, you can take a look at Remodeling Magazine's cost versus value articles they publish each year. And you can see that at remodeling.hw.net. As you do your research on the project, start to ask around, ask your friends how much their projects cost, and start to get an overall idea of how much your project might cost. Get some rough prices from contractors. Many of them can do that over the phone, just give you a rough price. Not set in concrete, because there's a lot of criteria that has to be considered. Also, you can talk to realtors. They have a good sense of how much things cost because they're so involved in real estate and construction. Check the comps in your neighborhood. That is, find the prices around you and see what they are, and are you in the high, low, or middle range? If you're in the high range, be cautious about overinvesting in your project. If you're in the middle or low range, quite possibly you'll have a better return on investment because your investment will improve the property and you will get a payback on it. If you'd like to find out more about comps and neighborhoods, you can go to a site called Zillow.com, Zillow.com. They will show you what the value of houses around you are. Now, take that with a grain of salt because many times they are off the mark, but at least it creates a benchmark for you. If you've ever heard me talk, you will know that planning is high on my list. Planning is one of the most important things you can do to get a return on your investment. And one of the best ways to plan is to choose a designer. There are 3 types of designers you might use. First is an architect. Second would be a residential designer. And third might be a design then build firm. A design then build firm is a little different from architects and residential designers because they do the entire project for you. They listen to your criteria, they design the project, they estimate it, they write the scope of work for the project, and they build it for you. So everything's in one package. The cost of design varies considerably. It could be from $500 to $20,000. It just depends on who's doing it and what your project is. There's no set price for a kitchen or bath or an addition. So why should you use a designer? Most of you already know what you want and you know how you want it to look. So I'll go over some of the points that make a designer valuable. First is feasibility. A good designer can tell you whether a project is feasible, that is, it's feasible to do this within your budget. They'll talk to you about budget and better ways to do your project within your budget. An important point is that they'll help you visualize the project. It is important that you know exactly how this project's going to look before you build it. And by the use of CAD and 3D renderings and 3D drawings, you'll be able to see exactly how it will look before you even get an estimate on it. By communicating and collaborating with your designer, you'll get the best return on your investment. Some designers will help you choose products, and this is quite advantageous if they'll help you choose lighting and flooring and plumbing fixtures. Some of them will help you design your tile designs for your backsplash or your floor designs. Some will even help you with colors. So ask your designer if they'll help you with product selection. When choosing a designer, ask them a few of these questions. Do they have a well-defined process? That is, can they tell you exactly what's going to happen from the beginning of the process to the end? Ask them how soon you can expect to have the finished drawings. Find out if, along with your proposed drawings, you'll get an as-built drawing, which is the original drawing of your home or the space you're going to build in. Find out how many revisions you'll get. If they are working by the hour, then that is a moot point. But if they are working on a fixed price, then they may have a limit on the amount of times you can revise a design. And what happens if after the design's done, you don't like it at all and you want to start all over? Find out what the pricing will be for a major change like this. Find out what their payment schedule is. Now, designers, some of them work on a fixed price and some of them work by the hour. So find out which method they use, and do they charge all of it up front, or do they charge half up front as a retainer and then payments as you go along. Another important point is to find out whether you own the design. And what that means is there are some design and build firms that do not let the drawings go out of their office. That is, they will show them to you, they'll go over them with you, but you can't take them out to get quotes from other contractors for obvious reasons. Residential designers, more than likely, and architects will let you own the design, so you can take those out to other contractors and get bids. Now that you've chosen a designer, gather your magazine clips and sketches and pictures you've taken over the years. Write down in detail all your criteria for that project. Go over these ideas with your designer and see if they have some new ideas of their own. It's important to be open-minded, because a good designer that's worth their salt is going to give you some better ideas for your project. And then lastly, prioritize your criteria. Write down everything you must have, the things you might have, and other things you'd like to have. Because at some point you're going to find out that you want more than you can afford, and so you're going to have to start cutting, and this prioritized list will help that task. You're finally ready for your first visit with the designer. Find out what you're supposed to bring to the first visit, what's the objective, what you can expect to accomplish, and how long the visit will take. Be sure you are prepared for this visit and make the most of it. Once you have your final design, then you're ready to get quotes on the project. So you can take these to various contractors. Be sure that you are asking them all for the same thing. Don't ask one for something and the next one you ask change the criteria, because you can't expect to get comparable prices if you do that. And understand that no design is perfect. When the projects start, they may find some things that have to be modified, and those will probably be taken care of in the form of change orders. Thanks for watching part 1 of How to Plan Your Next Remodeling Project. This is Randall Souls signing off for ChattanoogaRemodeler.com, a site that connects homeowners to reliable contractors, material suppliers, trades, and residential designers. If you'd like to learn more about the remodeling industry, check out scientificremodelingsystem.com, an online course devoted to helping remodelers advance their business, raise their profits, and improve their lives. And also check out Remodeler Biz, a rock-solid how-to for remodeling professionals.